everybody. It is I, the nerdy cooking lady, and today we are going to be cooking out of our anime cookbook, making Katsudon, which I'm probably mispronouncing. I'm starting to learn I shouldn't tackle different languages when it comes to recipes. I will certainly butcher the words. Anyway, for our recipe today, you're going to need pork cutlets, or in my case, pork chops because I couldn't find any. Onion, pepper, cheater's rice because I don't have time to cook real rice right now. Yes, I know it's simple, don't give me that. Eggs, miso broth, or what do they call it here? Dashi broth. I could only find miso though. And I said that, peas. We're going to put the peas on top. I've read over this recipe and it's going to be interesting, but I'm willing to try it. Alright, you know the drill. Let's go. First of all, we're going to need to make the breaded pork cutlets. And with that, we're going to get 3 pieces of pork because I'm going to trim some of this and it'll be smaller. Salt and pepper, an egg, all-purpose flour, and our Japanese-style breadcrumbs known as panko breadcrumbs. Alright, first of all, I'm going to be making these slightly smaller by getting rid of the part that has the bone in it and some of the fat in it. I'm not going to be throwing those away though. I'm just going to be making them slightly smaller. Just kind of a bummer, but... And you're all probably innerly groaning because I'm probably wasting too much of it or something. But for right now, until I look up something different, that's what I have to work with. We're going to be pounding these out so they are all a little flatter. And I'll be back once I'm done with that. By the way, if your day is ever full of frustrations, grab one of these. It is a beautiful thing. Used to flatten out meat. Preferably not attached to anybody. But hey, if it is, I won't tell. And we're going to be doing a much better job at flattening these out, and I'll come back when they're done. Next, we're going to be giving each cutlet a nice sprinkle of salt and pepper on both sides, like rubbing it around. All the bad jokes I could be making beyond the one I already did. Alright, time to make the production line and fry these up. Alright, we have our pretty traditional breading station going on, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I like being fancy and weird. Dip your chop into the flour. Move on over to the egg. You will dip it in the egg. Then you will douse it in the lovely panko breadcrumbs. Let's make sure to get that firmly pressed on each side. And put it aside to be fried up in a minute. Let's get those other 2 breaded. Alright, we have come to the frying part of our video, which will be loud and bubbly. And I will warn you right now, I'll put one in, shut it off, and put the other 2 in. And these will be cooking for 5 minutes on each side. And I'll show you what they're like when I take them out. Yeah, don't burn yourself, folks. Totally possible to do. There we go. I don't know if I should fit the one more in there. There we go. Let's cover that up and let it cook for 5. And after 5 minutes on each side, we are left with these beautiful breaded golden brown cutlets. we're going to set those aside and get working on the other part of this. Now we're going to be making the sauce pretty much for our Katsudon pork cutlet rice bowl. And as you can see, I already put my 1.5 teaspoons of sugar in here. To that, I need to add 1.5 teaspoons of soy sauce. Do not be afraid of mistakes. They always happen. It's almost like a Bob Ross show, only better. And by the way, yes, this is all flour on my shirt. Guess what? I'm never going to be clean. What really happy cook is clean? Seriously. Get in there. Then I will need to drag out my tablespoon of mirin, which is a Japanese cooking wine. There we go. Gonna add that to the mixture. Last but not least, my broth, which I will need 1/4 of a cup of. Grab that. Right. 1/4 of a cup of our broth. There we go. Ooh. And there is our mixture. We're going to be putting this in the saucepan, and then we'll be sauteing our onions that we're about to cut up with it. But let's get this started. Next, we're going to be cutting up our onion into very, very thin pieces. I always find that bigger knives achieve this better than smaller ones. So here we are. Don't worry if a piece of your finger ends up in your Katsudon. It's added protein. I'm just kidding. Don't put any of your finger in the Katsudon. While that's heating up, we're going to be scrambling up an egg. Now, we could do it the easy way. We could ask for some help from our anime friends. Hey, anime friends. Never mind, that could take a few episodes. We better use the whisk. And our onions and sauce are having a little party in this pan. Make sure the onions get coated in this before I lay our pork breaded cutlets back into the pan. See, you stubborn piece of onion. Alright, here comes the fun part. And we are going to lay our pork cutlet back into the pan. Center it a little better. And the real fun thing, we are going to pour our scrambled egg over it. We'll have to pull that around the pan, make sure it covers everything, and we'll show you the finished result in a minute. Alright, we've got our white cooked rice. Put some peas on top of that. I'm only supposed to put them on the top, but I wanted a few extra. And next you will know, we'll have our Katsudon on top. And here we have our finished product. It is a scrambled egg with our pork cutlet on top of that rice I showed you. While we're here at the end, I would like to take a moment to mention the Gamers and Geeks Can Cook playlist and the Cook Anime cookbook that I used. If you'd like to see more out of this cookbook, please tell me in the comments. But if you want to see more cooks like myself and the other channel, which is Pixel Gamer Girls, if you want to see myself, Tanya, Quick Smoke, Vault Girl, and so many others cook, please, please, please go over to the Gamers and Geeks Can Cook playlist and support all of them. I'd like to point out that GV is finally making cooking videos. That's right, I called you out, GV. Gonna enjoy that. I will link him in my description, and you can all head on over to his fabulous games and his fabulous new cooking videos. He's doing a really good job, guys. Go give him some love. And as always, we will show me eating this in a little bit and see what happens. Alright, everybody, it is that magical time where we get to taste the fruit of our labors, or in this case, the pork cutlets of our labors. If I can ever get it to cut. Try to get a little bit of everything. Got some onion. Got some of our cutlet. Got some egg, and we got some rice, and we got some peas. Let's go. That is really, really good. Damn. I can't say I didn't think it was going to be good, but it's so strange. I didn't know if it was going to be good. You can definitely taste a lot of the egg in every bite. And you can taste the rice, but I mean, there's more of that than almost anything. And the cutlet is so good, it's not dried out. I don't know if I would go through the trouble of making this again on a daily basis, but it is a good little treat. And like I said, if you'd like to see any more from the anime cookbook, please let me know. You know the drill, guys. Until next time, laters.
Icon, man, and my girl about a 10. I should fuck her in the Benz.